What's up, everybody? Corvette fan here. Just want to do a quick video. Wanted to do my first wash after the ceramic coating with the power washer, actually. So the last time I did a wash, I didn't use the power washer because I needed to get some new quick connect modules, and so I finally got my quick connects set up, and I wanted to go ahead and do a wash with the foam cannon because I do really like the foam cannon, especially when you use it to get all the dirt and debris and the grime off the car. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of walk you along with the products that I use and the steps that I'm going to use with the foam cannon, so that way if you guys are interested in getting a foam cannon and using it, you'll know exactly what I do and see if it'll help you out. So here's basically what I use. I got this foam cannon here, this Sun Joe. Nothing special, nothing fancy. I don't know. I probably paid like $150 for this, maybe less. I can't remember. But it's pretty good. It comes with a bunch of different of these little modules things, different spray angles. So that's actually kind of nice. And then of course I use the 2-bucket method. So when I'm washing, I'm going to put soap in this one. Okay, and I do have a catch at the bottom, so that way it'll kind of keep some of the dirt and heavy debris down at the bottom. And I also have this where, so once I'm washing the car, I take that sponge, I put it in here first thing, and that way it's going to get a lot of the dirt and debris that's on the microfiber. It's going to first fall into this bucket, and then I'm going to come back in this bucket to gather more soap and then continue washing the car. The soap that I use is Adams car shampoo. This is a really good car shampoo. It's a pH balance. It's safe for ceramic coating, and so it's a really good product, and it's definitely very good for the foam cannon. So for the foam cannon, basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill this up here. I'm going to get some water in here. This is the first thing I'm going to do, is fill it up with some water. Okay. Now, first step I'm going to do when washing my car is always the wheels. So the first thing I'm going to do is clean the wheels and the exhaust. And once I have cleaned the wheels and the exhaust, I'll go ahead and wash down the car. So the reason why I don't wash the car first, sorry, I'm just trying to get this top one here because I don't want this foam cannon. Okay, it's a lot easier with 2 hands. So the reason why I always do the wheels first is because I don't want to spray down the car with any type of water that's going to end up drying on the car while I'm sitting here taking the time to do the wheels and the exhaust tips. I do the wheels, I do the exhaust tips, I clean those all up, and then what I do is I spray down the car. So the first step that I'm going to do is I'm going to spray down the car with a good old-fashioned hose. This is going to be very simple. I'm only going to use the foam cannon with the pressure washer. That's it. I'm not going to use the pressure washer to wash the car. I know a lot of videos out there and a lot of people out there use a pressure washer to wash the car. Personally, I don't get that. I don't think it makes a whole lot of sense to use a power washer to wash your car, and the reason being is, you know, we do all of this work, we put all this effort in to maintain our car's paint. We get, you know, really nice microfiber sponges, and we get microfiber cloths and waffle towels, and we ceramic coat it, and we do all this polishing and compounding, and then I'm going to take a high pressure washer that is going to shoot out, and it's not really a stream of water. It's almost like, if you've ever felt a pressure washer, it's almost like blasts of micro water pellets, and it stings. I mean, if it stings your hand, I don't think it would make a lot of sense to use that on the paint of your car. Again, that's just me, that's just my personal opinion, but I don't think that it makes a lot of sense to use a high pressure washer that's going to be shooting water out that fast where it would actually sting your hand, and put that onto your paint and have these little micro pellets of water be firing at your car's paint. To me, that doesn't make sense. So in the order of events, you're going to see me wash the car. I wash the wheels and I wash the exhaust tips. Then I'm going to come back, I'm going to use the regular hose. This is why it's important to have a quick connect so you can easily switch back and forth. I'm going to spray down the car, try to get as much of the dirt and debris that I can off of the car using just the hose. Then I'm going to use the foam cannon. Okay, I'm going to use the foam cannon and I'm going to soak the entire car. Then I'm going to let that run off of the car, which I would think with a ceramic coating it's really going to help the process of eliminating a lot of the dirt and the fine debris that's actually sitting on the car and the paint, because that's the whole point of a foam cannon, is to have the dirt and the grime and the debris that's already on the car get caught up in the suds and the foam, and gently with the lubrication of that foam cannon is going to gently pull all of that dirt and debris off. So then ultimately when you do get to the car and you start touching and rubbing the car with the microfiber sponge, that you're not rubbing any of the dirt and debris that's on the car into the car's paint or ceramic coating or clear coat. So that's the whole point. So then once that foam cannon has done what it's done, once that foam has done what it's supposed to do, I'm going to then go back to my regular hose and I'm going to spray down all of the foam that's on the car, and then I'm just going to wash the car just like you would any traditional wash, except I'm going to use the 2-bucket method. So that's it. So I'm going to go ahead and rock and roll, get this out of the way, and you guys can watch. Alright, so just finished up the wheels, so now we're on to start washing the car. So we're going to spray it down. Look at that beading action. Gotta love that ceramic coating. Ceramic coating is ridiculous. And you know, so for those of you who haven't seen my other video, when I did the ceramic coating, I did use sea quartz. Put it on myself. It was, I wouldn't say easy. You know, definitely a lot of steps involved in making sure that you do it correctly. You know, between the clay bar and the polishing and or the compounding rather, then the polishing, you know, and then to put on the sea quartz and do it all correctly. I would say it's not a very difficult process, but it's a little time consuming, and you definitely want to take your time and make sure you do it right. If you've never done any type of waxing or washing before, or never used you know, a compounding machine or a random orbital, you know, might not be best thing for you to take on yourself. But if you're competent in waxing and compounding and polishing, definitely something I think can be done. Save yourself a whole bunch of money and get a great result. So basically all I'm doing right now, spraying the car down, trying to get as much of the dirt and debris off of the car right before I hit the old foam cannon. As you can see, the hydrophobic properties of the ceramic coating. You know, like the water just shoots right off of there. It doesn't really stick at all. So I'm actually kind of interested to see how this foam cannon is going to react to it. Alright, let's go ahead and hook up the old foam cannon. Alright, got the foam cannon rig hooked up. That's all there is to it. We're going to make sure that we're going to shake this up real good. Alright. See testing how we're looking. Okay, blasting it, looking good. All right, let's come on over to the other side here. All right. Now that's a lot of foam right there. That's awesome. So, all right, so you can definitely see the foam cannon is doing what it's supposed to do. And look at that heavy, thick layer of foam that's on the car, and it's gently sliding off, pulling all of the dirt and debris off with it. Yep, definitely doing what it's supposed to do. So we're going to let this continue to do what it's supposed to do. And then I'm going to come back, spray it off, and wash the car. Alright, so the car is officially washed. The foam cannon, the regular wash. Essentially the car is clean. So now, the tough part is when it comes to cleaning the car and it comes to making the car look great, a lot of it is in the drying. The drying is probably just as important, if not more important, than the actual cleaning process. Because a clean car with water spots on it is essentially a dirty car. And water spots, by the way, are actually really bad for ceramic coating. Well, they're bad for any clear coat or ceramic coat, but just in general, water spots, especially when it comes to the windows and the paint, water spots, dry spots, is not good for the car, especially depending on where you live in the country, the type of water that you use, hard water, soft water, etc. The salinity in the water, all those things can affect dry spots. So definitely want to make sure that you dry your car very, very good. Use the right equipment. Use waffle towels. I'm a big fan of waffle towels. Not a huge fan of the microfiber when it comes to drying. I don't feel like it does a great job in drying. I feel a lot of it kind of pushes the water around and doesn't absorb it as much. So I use waffle towels, very, very fine waffle towels. These right here are very, very soft, and they do a really good job absorbing the water. So I'm going to go ahead and dry. Alright guys, so that's it. That's the video on how I use the foam cannon and the power washer with the ceramic coating. I think the results speak for themselves. I think the car looks great. I think it's gentle. I use the regular foam cannon with the power washer, but I don't use the power washer to actually wash the car. I just use a regular traditional hose, and I think the car came out great. I think it looks good, protecting the paint, keeping the paint looking good. Again, if anybody is thinking about doing a ceramic coating, I would definitely recommend doing a ceramic coating. It is definitely, I mean, the results speak for themselves. I mean, look at that reflection. You can see the clouds in the sky. I don't think the car and the paint has ever looked this good before, and I've used all sorts of different waxes and things, but I just think that ceramic coating is really such a great product. I mean, it really makes life easy, and I think it actually makes the car look good for a much longer time. I don't feel the need to wash it as much as I did before. And this is a really dirty time of year because of the pollen. Being here in Maryland, the pollen is really, really bad in springtime. I mean, even just having washed the car and having it sit out here just for an hour after I dried it, you can already see sort of a layer of pollen. So I feel like the ceramic coating creates such a slick surface that, you know, once you drive it, most of the dirt and debris will just kind of slip off. But of course, you still need to wash it, still need to maintain it and take good care of it. So with that, hope you guys enjoy the video. If you do, give me a big thumbs up. Of course, if you like the content and you want more, hit that old subscribe button. And with that, I'll see you guys next time.